Hi, this is Brendan Tarleton with my Persuasive speech. I will be talking to you about why ROTC is a good career choice. I have 3 points. First is scholarships and other benefits. Second is a guaranteed job after commission. And third, I will be talking more about some worries in the civilian life that you may not encounter in military life. First off, I'll be starting off with scholarships and other benefits. Depending on which ROTC detachment or school you're going to, scholarships can range from $500 to $8,000. But there's also many other scholarships that aren't necessarily affiliated with a certain ROTC branch. For instance, I have an ROTC scholarship which gives me $10,000 a year. I'm not contracted or anything like that, like most other national scholarships, but I do have it because I'm on ROTC. If I wasn't an ROTC, it would not be available for me. That is according to AirForceROTC.com. The next point, tuition assistance is what's called in the military. They give you a couple $100 a month, couple $100 per credit hour, up to a maximum of $4,500 a year. That is according to Nath and Wiggins in 2011. And also the military, once you get out of college and into active duty life, they give you a range of benefits, such as health benefits, depending on your plan and how much coverage you have. Depends, but all active duty members, for all their hospitalizations are covered, except for the meals that they eat. But even still, they still receive subsistence allowance each month, which allows them to pay for those meals. They also receive paid leave, which is just like any other job that gives you days off. Except in the military, they give you quite a bit. It's 30 days a year, or 2.5 days per month of service. And that may not seem like a lot in just 1 year, but if you think about it, in 15 years, you can accrue 450 days of leave, which is obviously a little bit more than a month, which is very good for the military. They also active duty also receive non-taxable allowances, such as basic allowance for housing. This means that if they don't want to live in the dorms on base or base housing or apartments, they can choose to live off base, and the military will pay for them up to a certain amount to live off base with their families, depending on how many dependents they have, and such like that. My second point is the guaranteed job after commission. When I graduate 2.5 years from now, I will have a guaranteed job as a nurse, hopefully, in the Air Force. And that's the same with every person who goes through ROTC and graduates and commissions through ROTC. No matter what their degree, they will receive a job in the Air Force for at least 4 years. I've brought this little sheet. Just tells you a couple of just a few of the many hundreds of jobs available. These you don't have to have a specific job for. I'll be talking about that here in a second. But as you can see, they're labeled. 1A is air crew, 1C is command control system operations, and 1N is intelligence. And there are many more categories and many more jobs affiliated with the Air Force. But I'll be talking about if your degree is associated with a specific job. For instance, I will hopefully become a nurse after 2 years of training, and when I graduate, I will automatically be accepted as a nurse into the Air Force. That is the same with doctors. If a person is going for a doctoral degree, or I'm sorry, a medical degree, and graduates from med school, they will automatically become a doctor in the Air Force. Um, Same as any kind of medical health profession, dentists, optometrists, anything like that. Um, if your degree is not associated with a particular job, such as aircraft maintenance, you can basically have any degree. There are, although I don't know the specific degrees, there are only a few degrees that the Air Force will allow you to go into a job relating to that degree. Business degrees help out in a variety of, uh, of career fields in the Air Force. Um, but with aircraft maintenance and most other jobs in the Air Force, you can have any degree ranging from communications to a kinesiology degree, public relations, anything like that. And even pilots or navigators or basically any person who wants to fly in a plane, they don't have to have a specific degree. I know many pilots whose degrees range from psychology to sociology. So you don't have to have a specific degree to fly in planes. Now, my third point will be to just discuss some of the particular worries associated with civilian life in this, especially in this tough economic time that we're having in America. First off, would be finding a job. Just in this economy, it's very hard to find a job, even if you go through college. There are a lot of people who are complaining that who have a degree who just can't seem to find a job just because employers are being strict on their budget and they're not real sure about hiring people right now. Another worry is finding a place to live associated with your job. If you do land a job, it's another battle just trying to find a house or an apartment to live in with you or your family. And according to Luby 2011, affordable rental homes are hard to find. It's just becoming harder and harder to find affordable housing because the renters are boosting their prices just so they can try to keep afloat in this tough economy. And even if the person does find that apartment, he or she may not even be able to afford it because of the increased rates. Also, according to Berman of 2011, the country's mean income is extremely low, and it keeps decreasing as the years go by. According to Berman, the average mean income is $26,364 per year. That's not very high. And associated with that, you can't find, if you have that low paying of a job, you can't find affordable renting homes, and it's just a vicious, never-ending cycle. But I do want to note that while I'm talking about income, when you become an officer in the Air Force through ROTC, the base pay for a second lieutenant, which is the bottom of the food chain in the officer totem pole, is about around $30,000 to $40,000, depending on your experience and your job. So that is why ROTC is a very, very smart choice for anyone wanting to have a good career and a solid foundation for the rest of their life.